fevers today, and lots of concern about not taking Tylenol or any over-the-counter medications for a fever, because they do come with some side effects, especially if you're a child, or if you're a pregnant woman. So, you know, what happens when you take Tylenol is that it does drop glutathione in the body. And glutathione is a master antioxidant that your liver makes. It's an important aspect to detoxification of the body. And when glutathione stores are disrupted, it can mean more toxins in the blood and more dis-ease in the body. So herbal medicine is the people's medicine. And we have come to, I have come to realize that in my almost 20 years of doing this stuff, that the modern medical model actually inhibits people's ability to be well and stay well. And it's a top-down system that really, it disempowers people. And you're giving up your power to an authority. And what I love to do is to teach people how to take care of themselves. And the plants can do that wonderfully. So if we're talking about a fever and, you know, wanting to keep it in check if it gets too high. Now, if your child has a fever about 106, that's kind of high. So, you know, back in the day, we would give cool baths, cool cloths on the head, drink lots of fluids. But there are wonderful herbs that can come in and help with that fever. I wouldn't touch a fever unless it gets too high. And when you're pregnant, there's a risk of high fever. It's really not good for the baby, obviously, or the expectant mother. So again, these herbs are safe in pregnancy. There's one that I would not use in pregnancy, but there's two that you can safely use in pregnancy. And so again, fever is there for your body to activate your immune system and to keep you from getting too sick. If you drop a fever too often, you can prolong an illness. There's a risk for that. So we usually, in holistic medicine, or holistic practices, I should say, we take a backseat approach to fevers unless they get too high. So we're giving lots of fluids, we're giving lots of chicken soup, and we're giving lots of herbal teas for immune system function. But today we're going to concentrate on if that fever gets too high. And so I have 3 herbs that come in really, really nicely for a fever. One of them is yarrow. This is Achilles millefolium, and this is an herb that grows right in New Hampshire. It grows in a lot of areas in the temperate, areas of the United States. It is a weed. It's considered a weed. There's certain types of yarrow that are ornamentals. I'm only using the white one, and this one here has been drying. I harvested this earlier this summer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it off the stem, and I'm going to reserve the flowers, and I'm going to put it in this jar. And what you can do with yarrow is make an herbal tea with it. You blend about a nice fat teaspoon, put it in a cup with a strainer, hot water, steep it for 10 minutes, and then you sip it. If you have a fever, I would suggest doing, a cup every couple hours or every hour, and just monitor the fever and be sure it comes down a little bit. So that's yarrow. Wonderful herb, over 300 different mechanisms of use for sicknesses and urinary tract infections, for hypotension. It's a hypotensive, so it's going to reduce blood pressure, but in this instance it's a circulatory tonic, and it's going to help disperse the heat in the body. And the next one that I love to use, and it's not just for cats, it's called catnip. It's Nepeta cataria. A lot of people give this to their cats, and you can certainly still do that, but it's still for it's for humans too, and we're giving it for fevers, just like with yarrow. Yarrow is not safe during pregnancy, so we're not using that during pregnancy, but it's certainly safe for children, and I would be using catnip during pregnancy, and that will help disperse the heat The action of these herbs are diaphoretics is what we call them, or antipyretics. So they're dispersing the heat in the body, and they're reducing a fever if it gets too high. So this is catnip. Catnip also comes in wonderfully for digestive issues. It comes in wonderfully as a sedative. So you have a fussy child with a high fever, a little catnip tea is wonderful. And you don't always have to do tea. So we make glycerites and different herbal products with these herbs. But for this instance, we're just talking about tea. And you can just use the dried herb. The third herb, which I love, is one of my powerhouses in the apothecary, is lemon balm. And this can be used safely during pregnancy, and it's very safe for children. It's also a calmative as well, so that fussy child or anybody anxious with a fever, lemon balm comes in nicely. Lemon balm is also used not only for fevers, but it's also used as an anxiolytic. So anxiousness, it's an antiviral for the herpes virus, for Epstein-Barr. I mean, it's a powerhouse. I use it all the time. I call it the happy me herb, or the I use it to just to stay happy. I tend to put it in my tea blend every day, and it just makes me feel very calm and grounded.